Oh my God, I'm all caught up in Riverdale. How great is Riverdale? I love Bughead. Archie's kind of dumb. The parents are insane. But you know what I thought was really weird? No one ever suggested Polly should get an Wait a minute, why can't I say Well, this isn't Riverdale, uncensor me. Abortion, ha! If you haven't seen Riverdale, here's the sticky maple. Jason Blossom is the baby daddy of Polly Cooper, sister of Betty Cooper. Jason is murdered and the whole town is shaken up. At some point, we find out that the Coopers and Blossoms were on some straight up Romeo and Juliet shit and forbade the love between Polly and Jason. Now everyone's a suspect in Jason's murder, and more importantly, the two families are super involved in Polly's pregnancy. The drama. In the 8th episode, The Outsiders, during an argument about Polly, her parents wouldn't say the word abortion. Surely it's because Riverdale is a wonderfully pure show about a town where nothing bad ever happens. Nothing except murder, sex, home invasion, drug dealing, overdose, gang violence, embezzlement, torture, slut-shaming, incest, possible twincest, and oh yeah, statutory rape. So Riverdale isn't so innocent. Fine. Riverdale makes its bread and butter the same way many teenage dramas have in the past. Hot teenagers who get into deep shit. And I'm not saying Riverdale's take on the teen drama and the cliches that come with it are bad. It's relevant. Whether their parents like it or not, sex, drugs, and cyberbullying are all things that teens are dealing with in 2017. The problem is that it seems like the creators of Riverdale want to preserve a shred of innocence while still satisfying their teen viewers with edgy content. It's like only having anal sex so you can keep wearing your purity ring. That's just not how it works, Becky. Your poop hole is not a loophole. So when Riverdale talks about teen sex and sells sex, but won't say the word abortion, they're doing their teen audience a disservice. The reality is, teens are having sex. According to the CDC, approximately 4 in 10 teens are having sex while they're still in high school. The CDC also reports that every year there are about 20 million new cases of STDs in the United States, and about half of these are in people from the ages of 15 to 24. Clearly sticking your head in the sand like some sort of abstinence ostrich isn't the preferred method of safe sex. We need to stop avoiding what's happening and face the reality head on. You wouldn't send a soldier to war without proper preparation. Maybe that war metaphor was a little bit weak and outdated. Okay, well how about this? You wouldn't dare try that new ramen place in Brooklyn without checking Yelp, would you? No, you can't just risk the $7.50 you made off selling homemade jewelry on Etsy on a sketchy bowl of spicy tonkotsu. So why is it that in 2017, only 24 of 50 states and the District of Columbia mandate sex education, and only 22 mandate both HIV and sex education? That means there's like 28 states without Sex Yelp. And the kids on Riverdale desperately need Sex Yelp, especially Archie, because he's a wild hoe. He's screwing the teacher, he's dating Valerie, kissing on Cheryl, sleeping with Veronica, and I see you throwing your eyes at Betty. You stay away from Bughead's pure love, you ginger-haired monster. Plus, despite the fact that KJ Appa's abs make me feel inadequate as a man, Archie dumb. That boy should not be having babies, and he isn't, but Polly is, and her father was gonna make her have an abortion. Okay, he was going to make her an appointment, but you know what that means. And sure, spoiler alert, it's because her baby daddy was her cousin. But there are other reasons to have an abortion. Pregnancy through rape or abuse, knowing that your child will be born with a disease, or not having the resources, monetarily or emotionally, to support a child. And ultimately, a woman doesn't need your permission to have an abortion. Having an abortion isn't something women should be ashamed of. But when we pretend abortion doesn't exist, or we dance around the subject, we allow abortion to remain taboo. Abortion wasn't even criminalized until the late 19th century, early 20th century, and that's not because women weren't having them. Midwives administered abortions, and hell, women even performed abortions on themselves. Knowledge of natural abortifacts, like herbs and other plants, were passed down between generations of women like your grandmother's tomato sauce. Our conservative attitude towards reproductive care in general has led to exceptionally restrictive abortion laws in some parts of the US. However, even laws in more liberal states can't hold a candle to our northern neighbor. In Canada, women are allowed to have an abortion at any stage of pregnancy, and yes, it is covered by their universal health care. Oh, Canada, we thought you were the ugly duckling of the Americas, but you were just going through a nerd phase. You got so hot the summer after senior year, eh? But we're not talking about sexy Canada, we're talking about the wholesome town of Riverdale. I'm not advocating that abortion become the mainstay in every melodramatic teen drama, but if you're gonna talk that talk, For example, in Jessica Jones, Marvel had a show that involved a pregnancy that was caused by rape. In this show, Hope reveals that she had an abortion, and it was a powerful and honest moment for the series. Abortion can be handled in a way that gives meaningful representation to the lived experiences of women and their teen counterparts. Unfortunately, this kind of representation is impossible if the characters can't even say the word. Look, Riverdale isn't solely responsible for educating the youth. Their network, the CW, caters specifically to teens, which makes all this Josie and the pussyfooting even more egregious. I know. The network should be brave enough not to worry about upsetting conservative viewers, especially on a show like Riverdale, because the content probably already has them salty as f***. We have to stop stigmatizing abortion. We have to have an honest dialogue with teens about sex and all that comes with it. We aren't protecting our youth by promoting abstinence only, we're just lying to them and hurting them in the long run. We'll be back after this. I'm Andrew Rivera. Thanks for watching Intellectual Property. Here's the response we got on last week's question. Our question this week is, what are your favorite controversial storylines from comics and why? Please let us know in the comment section below, and make sure to check out ComicsVerse at comicsverse.com.